Hello, and welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're digging into something maybe a bit unexpected, especially for, peak summer. We're looking at how this unusually chilly weather in the UK is actually reshaping tourism right now.
hmm
Our mission really is to unpack what our sources are saying, looking at travel trends, the economy, and even some local community challenges.
Yeah, it's super timely. And what's really striking is just how quickly this cooler weather has started to affect things. The data is showing some surprising shifts already.
That speed is key, isn't it? And when we talk about chilly, I mean, London's seeing highs around 26 Celsius today, expected to drop to maybe 24 by early July. That feels more like spring.
Exactly. Not your typical British summer heat wave, that's for sure.
And up north, it's even cooler, right? Highs maybe 21, lows down to 14. That definitely pushes people indoors.
It absolutely does. And this cooler spell, it's directly messing with traditional summer plans. People dreaming of beaches are probably having second thoughts.
Right. So, okay, fewer people on the beaches. That makes sense. But are we seeing, other shifts? Where are people going instead? Or what are they looking for?
Well, there's a definite pivot. We're seeing more interest in indoor stuff, cultural experiences, cities like Edinburgh, York.
Hmm.
They're doing well because, museums, galleries, history that works whatever the weather.
Okay.
But on the flip side, yeah, coastal towns.
Hmm.
Some are really feeling the pinch because the classic beach holiday weather just isn't quite there.
And how's that breaking down between, say, Brits holidaying at home versus international visitors? Are staycations still popular?
Staycations are still very much a thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
really popular. And actually, we're seeing a bit of a surge in food tourism.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, places like St. Ives down in
Mm.
Cornwall, for example,
Yeah.
they've become real sort of culinary destinations.
Hmm.
Internationally, visitor numbers are recovering, which is positive news overall.
Good.
But, and this is a key thing, the amount each tourist is spending seems quite subdued.
Right. Why is that?
It looks like a mix of things. High inflation globally, sure. The pound is quite strong right now. And importantly, the UK ended VAT-free shopping for tourists.
Ah, the tourist tax issue.
Exactly.
Well,
So international visitors can't reclaim that tax on goods anymore, which makes buying, say, luxury items less appealing here compared to Paris or Milan. It changes the incentive.
that's a really crucial economic point. Okay, so we've got the big picture shifts. But often the real story is regional, isn't it? Some places must be feeling these changes much more than others. What are you seeing there?
Absolutely. Scotland's a fascinating case right now. They're actually having an unusually quiet tourism season.
Really? Even with international travel bouncing back?
Yeah, it's a bit of a paradox. Record international visitor numbers predicted for 2024, but the season feels quiet. Sources suggest it's down to shorter booking times, more last-minute trips, maybe shorter stays too, probably linked to, economic uncertainty, people holding back a bit.
Waiting to see, perhaps. But it's not just about the weather or spending, is it? There's that ongoing tension, tourism's impact on local life. I'm thinking over-tourism.
You're absolutely right. The Lake District is, well, it's a classic example. Huge visitor numbers, which is great for business in one way, but it creates real challenges. Over-tourism and a related housing crisis.
Oh, so?
Well, the sheer demand drives up property prices, making it incredibly difficult for local people to find affordable housing. It's that double-edged sword.
That's a massive problem for communities. So are local authorities trying to do anything to find that balance?
Yeah, there are efforts. Scotland's Highlands, for instance, they've got a concrete proposal on the table. It's for a short-term let control zone.
Okay. What would that mean?
Essentially, it would mean operators of, like, Airbnb-style rentals would need a license or maybe planning permission, treating them more like, commercial businesses. The specific goal is to try and ease the housing shortage for locals, making it less easy or attractive to just flip residential homes into full-time tourist lets.
That sounds like a direct attempt to tackle that housing issue. Amidst all these challenges, the weather, spending, housing, are there any sort of silver linings, any positives emerging?
Oh, for sure. Definitely. That rise in domestic tourism, the interest in local food and experiences, that's genuinely benefiting small businesses all over the UK. It's a bit of a lifeline.
That's good to hear.
And actually, for travelers, this slightly quieter season in some spots like Scotland could be a unique chance. Explore places without the usual peak summer crowds. A more, maybe, authentic experience.
So bringing it back to our listeners, if
Yeah.
you are planning a UK trip soon, what's the main takeaway? What's your best advice?
I'd say flexibility is key right now. Be prepared to adapt your plans a little, maybe look at some of those less crowded destinations, and definitely try to support local businesses, check out those food spots, and of course the obvious one, check the weather forecast,
Yeah.
and pack layers. Layers are always your friend in the UK, even in summer.
Always pack layers, yes. So, wrapping up, it seems UK tourism is navigating some really complex shifts. It's not just the weather, is it? It's this mix of climate, economics, and crucially, local community needs. A real dynamic interplay.
It really is. And it leaves us with a big question, doesn't it? How can destinations genuinely balance attracting visitors, which they need, with the fundamental needs of the people who live there and, achieve sustainable growth as things keep changing?
That is a critical question to ponder. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today.
My pleasure.
And thank you for listening. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.